Hey guys, for this week's move lesson, we're going to be going through mobility and flexibility. So, mobility and flexibility is what we call bend in our program. It's extremely important for injury prevention, for range of motion and recovery. So we want to make sure that we are including bend into our week so we're not getting stiff and sore from our training, and so we're not going to increase our chances of injury. So, what does bend include? So if you would have noticed in your book, a lot of it is stretching or foam rolling. So we'll discuss what each of those are and why they are important. First up, I'm going to discuss what is called dynamic stretching. So before your workouts and in some of our bend sessions, you will notice there is movements that require you to stretches that require you to move through them. These are called dynamic stretches. They're very beneficial for warming yourself up before you train, for make sure you're increasing your range of motion, and for lubricating your joints. So things that are dynamic stretches, I'll get down to the floor, include like your Spider-Mans, moving through a range of motion. And these are usually done pre-workout or in the morning or in things such as yoga. You want to try and use them, as I said before, to lubricate and move your joints around. Another form of stretching is static stretching, which also has its benefits. We tend to not do it before training because it doesn't prime you for movement. It's better for relaxation and stretching open your muscles. So this is things like if you were going to do a hamstring stretch and just fold over, or if we're going to do a shoulder stretch or something along those lines. If you hold for about 30 seconds, and the aim is to lengthen and stretch the muscle at its end range of motion. This is particularly useful if you do tend to get tight in certain areas and you need to breathe into that space. But usually it's done in either a bend session or post-workout, not pre-workout. Next up, discussing foam rolling. So you can't just do stretching, you must release and get rid of tight knots and muscle pain in your muscles, because stretching tends to not get those tight bits. Think of it as like tying a knot in a rope. Like if you're stretching it, that rope tends to just get tighter and the knot gets tighter. You want to try and release and massage it out, or in this case, untie the knot, so that you can actually get your muscles to stretch to their full range of motion. So to do this, we use a ball or a foam roller to help roll through the muscle tissue. This brings blood flow to the area. It helps to increase your neural perception of the area, which means your brain's attention to the area. Plus it helps to deactivate your tight responses, okay? So usually my common exercises I use with a ball are things like your upper trap, your chest, your hips, your low back, which we'll go through in your bend sessions. And then things with a foam roller might be your larger areas, like the side of your quad, your glutes, or your lower back on one side or the other. So if you understand foam rolling a little bit more, you can help to release and reduce tension in muscles. And combined with the stretching, it should help you to stay nice and open. Okay, now that's not all we tend to focus on in our recovery. So mobility and flexibility is great for recovery, but other ways that you can help improve your recovery from your training includes things like massage, going to a sauna, or having a magnesium salt bath, plus maybe joining in a yoga class or a full stretch session. These are other ways that can really help you to make sure that your body's staying supple and loose so that you can get the most out of your training. Hopefully that gives you a little bit more clarity on why we're doing bend sessions, and I'll see you guys next week.